everyone, it's Allie from the Alleyway Stamps. Today I planned a card so you guys will all be proud of me. I really did. And I'm really excited to show you a couple techniques that I use. So let's get started. I'm starting out using this 6x6 paper pad from Echo Park. This is the Dots and Stripes and it's the Metropolitan collection. I really like this collection. It has more of a boy feel to it, which makes it really fun. We're going to be making a standard size card, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. I'm going to be using this lighter teal color. I guess it's more of a turquoise for the background. And I'm using the Glue Glider Pro. I won this and I really have enjoyed using it. It's really good adhesive. And where I'm at in Utah, it kind of gets cold and so some adhesive likes to lift. But I haven't had that problem yet with this. So I'm crossing my fingers. I'm going to put that down. Now one of my favorite things to do, if you've seen any of my cards, is to make grass using my Martha scissors. These are the shredding scissors where you can see that they have 5 scissors in one, which really, it rocks, let me just tell you. So what we're going to do is, if you use the tips of these, it's really hard. They're not as, you don't have as much leverage and it's not as strong. But if you go to the mouth of the scissors, it cuts like butter. It's wonderful. Okay, so I don't do it 100% even because to me the whole point of making cards is to make them look handmade. So there is one part of the grass, and then I'm going to take another piece. This is 1.5 inches, and this, I believe, is 1 inch. I'm going to take and kind of bend the grass. I'm not very careful. You'll notice that I'm kind of rough when I make my cards. Gives it a little more character. We're going to take our adhesive and place a full strip on the back, only at the bottom of the grass. We're going to leave the top free. We're going to take our 1.5 inch strip and we're going to place it at the very bottom of our card. Okay, then we're going to take our 1 inch strip here, put adhesive at the bottom of that, and place it on top. And then pull up some more of the grass. Now that just gives that a really fun feel. For this next part, I am going to be using this basic gray. This paper is, it's, okay, just it says white paper pad. Yeah, I guess that's it here. So it's the white paper pad in this paper where it has still a little bit of a pattern. I thought that would be really fun. I'm using the Background Basics, which is the new stamp set from the Alleyway Stamps. I'm going to be using this right here. Now this could be used for a road, it could be used for a school board. You could use it where you just wanted dash lines to make your own paper. There's a lot of uses for this. So I'm going to peel that off. I fortunately have a really long block. If you don't have a really long block, you can just stick the actual stamp down on your work surface and lay your paper on top and press down on top of your paper to get your image. I'm going to be using the Tim Holtz Distress Embossing ink. This is really good embossing ink. I really like it. I feel like it's really sticky. We're going to ink this road up really good. Oh, before I do that, taking just a normal dryer sheet, and I'm just going to wipe down the bottom of this paper so that the embossing powder only sticks to the part that I want it to stick to. Now, since I'm going to be cutting this out, it doesn't really matter if it's perfectly straight on the paper, because I'm just going to be following the edges, which is perfectly straight. I'm using the American Crafts Black Embossing Powder. So far, this is my favorite embossing powder that I found. And I'm just sprinkling that on top. Now, when you flick it, you've got to be really careful that you don't flick off your line. Okay, this little catcher that I have catching my embossing powder is from Club Scrap. Now, I don't know if they still carry it. It was a while ago when I got it, but I'm sure there's another company that carries a similar thing. And what you do is you just pour, it has a funnel, and you pour your embossing powder back into its container. I love it. To me, it is a must-have. Okay, so we're gonna take our heat embosser. And I always start underneath. We'll take our scissors and see how this line here is not perfectly straight. I'm okay with that because what I'm going to do is cut this road out just to the side of it. And I'm using close to my heart scissors. You can use whichever scissors you like and you prefer. I do have some Tim Holtz tonic scissors that I really enjoy. I try not to use them so much for paper and more for my other crafting. Now I'm going to keep this scrap because I'm going to be using this same paper to use it for clouds in the sky so that it'll bring it together and match. Okay, so here's our road. And one of the other reasons why I like to leave the grass up like this is so that I can just slip my road underneath. And what I do is I take my adhesive and place some on the bottom and on the top. And then, oh, I guess I need to cut this little piece right here. Okay. Then I match up one side. Now you can choose whichever side you want to match up. It's up to you. And I place it down. Then I flip over my card and cut off the excess. Saves measuring and trimming, and it's fun. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the Priceless Joy Set. This is from TheAlleyWayStamps. I'm going to be using the car and the airplane. Now for the airplane, I'm going to do some reverse stamp. Okay, the trick to reverse stamping is being quick and applying even pressure. Now I need to make sure that this gets on here correctly. Good. Let's flip it over and press down. Oh, that's better. Okay. The little car here from the Priceless Joy Set. And I'm going to ink it up. Find a spot on here. Press down. There we go. While I'm inking, I'm going to be using the cloud. This is from our Crazy Critters set. It has some cute little critters on it. I'm going to be using this cloud. On this design paper here. And I think I want 3 clouds. I'm going to layer them on top of each other. So I'm just going to ink up 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. I saw a really neat chart at Danielle Dawes. I think that's how you say her name, Danielle Dawes. She made a little chart that has these little foam guys adhered to a card, and then she just takes whichever one she wants. That is on my to-do list. It is such a brilliant idea. I'm going to do that one of these days, just not today. So for today, we're going to be using half of a makeup sponge, which I do happen to have, and our tea dye. I will link down to her blog where she has the post because it seriously rocks. And then what we're going to do is take this tea dye and we're going to randomly go on top of our grass. Now I'm not too concerned about, oh, see that? We're going to be inking that up anyways. I'm not too concerned about getting it perfect. As you will notice, my cards are never perfect. There's ink smudges or the card doesn't fit quite right. That's what ink is for. That's what distressing is all about. Covering up those mistakes with some good old ink. Before I cut these two images out, I'm going to color them using Copic markers. I'm going to be using a Doodlebug Bonbon brad. Yes, please. I would love a bonbon right about now. And we are going... It's perfect. It's like kind of a camo color. Now, my question is, how am I going to get this little tiny thing to adhere to there? So, I'm going to use some crackle accents. This is going to be a test to see if it works because I have no idea. I'm totally flying by the seat of my pants. Okay, I'm a dork, I know. I'm going to put a little glob right there. And then put this, nope, just like that. Okay, so that's the little guy right there. And I'm going to put him like he's flying up high. And here's our little car. And the diamond glaze is dry. And I'm going to put him down there. I'm going to use these American Craft Pop Dots again. These are the little tiny dots from the Priceless Joy set. And I'm going to be using the Tim Holtz Distress Tea Dye ink again. We're going to take it, just make some little works like that. I think I'm going to do the cute little beep sign. I'm going to be using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm using the beep from the Priceless Joy set in the cloud. Yeah, I like how that looks. And I also have the zoom because we can't have one little vehicle saying something and not the other. And the only other thing I think I'm going to do is a little bit of diamond glaze on these dots here. As you can see, you don't have to have a lot of embellishments to make a really cute, fun card. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you will subscribe and thumbs up, and I will try to make some more how-to movies soon. See you later. And that's going to be our sky. And then, it's not on there even. Great. Alright, this is how good this adhesive is. Well, this is a great way to show you. It's literally lifting up my card. So, I guess I'll leave it and then I'll just trim it. Maybe I'll have to distress it or something. Okay.